dragonflies.
It's coming.
Coming in March 2017, the Fallout feed wants to know if you're ready to survive.
You never know what could happen.
Yeah.
All right, I'm starting the broadcast. Okay, I'm gonna mute my mic while I'm chewing, and
You should podcast like
get
that.
a sip
That's
of
it.
coffee.
I'm gonna start doing. And I'm gonna play the song right now.
Coffee.
Shalene here.
And Vendertron.
You may remember us as the co-host and unofficial third host of Fallout Off the Record. Well, we are back with KD Radio.
That's a shame.
Check out KD Radio Podcast on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, YouTube, and wherever else fine podcasts are given away. So, Vendertron, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
How about a pizza? Joke. Never mind. It's too cheesy.
Outstanding.
Who's rapping? Overkeen. Dragons? I'm not overkeen. I'll dice them like a knife, slicing right through an aubergine. My dragon shout flow is sweeter than a soda stream. You won't believe your eyes. I'm like an overload of dopamine. A broadsword in one hand and a magic spell in the other. I'm the last of the dragonborn. There's no other, my brother, to run for cover. If you've got scales, then I'm on your tail, and I will not fail like a free roaming sandbox game. I'm off the rails. I walk the trail through awful gales and storms of hail till all the nails are knocked into your coffin.
Welcome to the 39th edition of Skyrim Addict Podcast Roundtable. Hey. It's the 10th episode of Season 6, everybody. Oh, my gosh. We are the show who compares and contrasts Skyrim experiences through a lively roundtable discussion by playing through the same quests with characters who have been randomly assigned drastically different attributes. Welcome, everyone.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
So, hi, everybody. How you doing tonight? I'm Andrew from Indiana. We'll go down the line here. We'll say hi to Victor. Hi, what's going on?
Hey, I'm Victor from New York State. Nothing much. I'm just sitting here, hanging out, playing a little Skyrim.
Oh, nice. That's great. I'm
on a cold day.
Yeah, it's still blistery. It was brutal. It was 60, 70 degrees in Indiana last week, and all of a sudden it's back into the teens, 20s, and 30s again. It's no fun.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be 8 degrees tonight. So.
Moving on down the line, so Pat. Hi, how are you doing, Pat?
Hey, Andrew, I'm doing great. This is Pat calling from the suburban Philly down the main line. Not quite 8, but it's definitely turned cold after some really warm weather earlier this week here.
Yeah. And Colin, hi, how's it going?
Evening, guys. Hi, my name's Colin, calling in from Essex in England.
Great.
Just sitting here with my mates Ben and Jerry.
Oh, God. That's amazing. About what year could Ben and Jerry start showing up at Colin's house?
Sorry?
I said, about what year did Ben and Jerry start being able to show up at Colin's house? I remember when I was a kid, we would go on vacation to the East Coast, and you could get this awesome, really rare ice cream called Ben and Jerry's. But now you can just get it everywhere, and it's not special at all. But I just remember it being really awesome when I was a kid to go get this crazy, weird, special hippie ice cream.
Well, you're a weird special hippie.
Yeah, my mom wishes she was, at least. She was too uptight in the 60s to be an actual hippie, so she kind of wanted to do that in the 90s. You know those hippies? I think they're called yuppies, weren't they? And we also have Michael this evening. Hi, Michael.
Hello, I am joining you from Sovngarde.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Unwittingly.
How's the weather in Sovngarde? Is it 8 degrees?
Yeah, it's cold. It's about the same temperature as where
God.
Pat is, since I'm on the other side of the river.
Oh, the river blocks all the weather. So welcome to the show, everyone. We have some quests to get through this evening at some point. We also have a lot of chatter and Skyrim adventures and side stories and everything you get into. So let's just go ahead and roll into what people have been doing aside from our main assigned quests. Well, actually, I'll just throw those out. We'll do, within the next 2 episodes of the show, we'll do Alduin's Bane. We'll also cover The Fallen, Season Unending, and Parthenax. So that's at the section of the story we're in. We're in the sort of the downside of the hill, rolling into the finish of the main quest of Skyrim here. So those are the quests we'll go over. What else have you guys been doing besides those things? Any interesting finds, fun stuff going on? Pat, you always seem to stumble into good stuff. Victor, what mod trouble have you gotten into recently? That sort of stuff.
Actually, none in this particular version of Skyrim.
Oh, that's
playing around a lot with SE on my desktop computer, but not on the Xbox. I decided to just leave things pretty much in stasis I'm not even doing updates until
that's
we're done with the Roundtable.
Do any of them force update themselves? I think that got me into trouble in Fallout at one point.
Only on Steam.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't happen with I don't. There's no auto updates when you subscribe to a mod on Steam, though. You'll get automatic updates, which can really get you screwed if you get the wrong update at the wrong time. So, happened to somebody else I know who does a YouTube, a regular YouTube stream, and she ended up with a Let's Play, and she ended up with some major problems had to recover from. So,
oh no,
because of a Steam update. Yeah.
Oh, boo.
Yeah.
That always stinks.
So.
Oh yeah, anything, guys? Toss it out there. Anything exciting going on in the world of Skyrim recently?
So I've been Xbox achievement whoring, trying to 100%. Trying to 100% it. Not quite there yet, but darn close. I just had the Dragon Lord and the Daedric quest achievement to get.
Can you tell me, what is the Dragon Lord? The Ride 5 Dragons, or what is that one?
No, sorry, I'm sorry. Vampire Lord.
Vampire Lord.
Yeah,
okay.
I forget. A Dragon Rider, I think, is that one, and that one's
okay.
easy. You don't actually have to ride them productively. You just need to ride
Lift
them long
off
enough
the
to get
ground.
up in the air, and then you can immediately tell them to land. So you don't have to do much. I meant the Vampire Lord, which I've not done at all. I've never been a vampire.
There is no way to ride them productively. So.
I'm glad that I'm not the only one.
Yeah, I find them difficult to control. I think everyone does. Did you attempt to use them as a carriage, like to go across? Did you try to travel with them or anything?
I used them a little bit in Solstheim, just because that's a pretty small, manageable map.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I was actually getting that quest, and that relatively small map without a lot of super high mountains or anything. I was actually able to go from one coast to the other. That was the only time.
Wow,
I actually
that's probably the most successful I've ever heard anyone be with flying.
Well, it's not like it was it was a very meandering path, from one side of the mountain, the island to the other.
I'm usually doing a figure 8 in the sky. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, so I think did we talk live? I think we actually maybe did on Fallout feed or something about the werewolfing. So I got or maybe it was last week on this show.
Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah, werewolf. I got that. That actually, once I kind of figured it out, it was just boring. It really didn't take that long, but it was just okay, I have to run out killing things for a couple hours. And most of the other stuff is just doing quest lines. So I do the Dark Assassin, do the companions, everything else.
What does the werewolf achievement actually entail? What do you have to do?
You have to fill out the perk tree.
Oh, good lord, that sucks.
Yeah, you don't have to get. You don't actually have to get the totems. You just have to get the perk dots that are associated with totems. So you don't have to run around with Aiella and get the totems, which I did not do. I just filled out the dots. I was just literally running from camp to camp, Forsworn to Forsworn, all the things I'd already killed before. I was eating those corpses and running into caves and killing bandits, and it was actually not that hard once I just sort of set my mind to it.
The extent that I've played a werewolf in Skyrim is 2 years ago, maybe 3. Some of us around Halloween decided to play some vampires and werewolves and then send in some audio feedback. I played like one evening of Werewolf and sent in some audio feedback. That's all I've played of the Werewolf. It's not a big part of the game for me. I've always shied away from it for some reason.
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of appeal. I mean, I played it enough to kind of understand the mechanic, and I don't know, Victor, Colin, you guys or Michael, you guys have played a lot more. Maybe you guys think there's something there with like the totems or whatever, but it just didn't appeal to me. I was very glad to get back to my normal, sneaky arching and destructifying and everything.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I've never had much use for either vampires or werewolves, but I've played them both over, at one time or another. Yeah, sorry, Colin.
That's right. Just being a werewolf, you're immune to disease, which helps.
That's actually kind of helpful. Yeah, that's nice.
And the totem that you want to be able to keep it strong enough so it's worthwhile in the higher levels is Totem of Fear, so that your fear shout that you have as a werewolf, like your howl that scares people away, works in higher level enemies. Because that'll keep everybody, apart from your followers and the strongest of the strongest, like the named people, they will be too high level for it. But pretty much anyway, Bandit Chiefs even will fear and run, and as they're running and hiding, you can cut them down.
That's nice.
I was going to say, speaking of vampires as well, has anybody done Dawnguard all the way through with SE?
No, not on special edition yet. No.
Yeah, I did it with my Roundtable character.
Well, Pat wouldn't know the difference though yet.
Oh yeah. If you're comparing it to LE, yeah, of course I don't know shit about that.
What have you noticed, Colin? I'm intrigued.
Did anybody have a strange thing with Gelabor right at the very end? Well, after you got the bow, he's available for a follower.
Oh, really?
Is that the snow elf?
Yeah.
What? Are you kidding me?
I mean, I don't think it's a mod because all I have is 4 mods.
I gotta go get me a snow elf, guys.
Oh God! Colin, you created another monster. What have you done?
No, it's the same monster. He's just bigger.
Totally.
Whatchamacallit? I only have the unofficial patch, Hold Border Banners, Ordio, which is back, by the way, for those of you who want to know.
Oh, did he patch it?
Yeah, patched it, and he's really bugged. I had to update my thingy one because it kept on crashing my game. So he once he brought back it, updated it, then it was all fine. And the other one was Apocalypse. That's the only 4 mods I'm running, and I don't think any of those would have turned Gelabor into a follower.
No, that's interesting.
I didn't even recognize his name.
Yeah, he's the was it the
brother of the guy you have to kill.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Bertha.
Yeah. No, I'll see you guys. I'm off to Dawnguard.
You have like 5,000 Falmer to kill before you can find him. So
yes,
yeah.
Nice.
So many Falmer.
I need some ears. I got a necklace going over here. I've been having trouble with followers. I had to lose some followers in order to complete the quest that we're getting into tonight. I had to send Barbas home. It was very sad.
You tried to bring Barbas to Skulldolphin. That's not going to work.
Yeah, I bet you most of them wouldn't be able to follow me into the nether worlds there.
Yeah, probably not.
So, Michael, what have you been getting into in the game here? What has your Roundtable character been doing?
My Roundtable character finished the main quest because I don't like leaving Odaving on the thing.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I went through it. But
and so that basically just trips you right into the rest of the climax of the game there.
Yeah. Well, and I'm always worried to leave a main quest like that just hanging. And because things could go wrong, and I don't want things to go wrong. I don't know if there's any bugs with SE with it, I
just happened to leave him there for a very long time because I had a detour to go do companions or some such bullshit, and I didn't have any trouble, but that doesn't mean you wouldn't. But
yeah, I don't think there's any known bugs as far as I'm aware of with Odahviing, but it's just it would have been like 3 weeks of me doing a lot of other things, and I'm like, man, that's taking a lot of chances.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to.
No, you're making me a little nervous. I've got him trapped there on the porch. I should.
I did have a problem trapping him. I don't know what happened. The thing wouldn't wrap around his neck for quite a while.
That's weird.
Like he wouldn't follow you deeper into the.
No, it came down on him, but it wouldn't lock, and it would come back up, and then they'd have to do it again, and then it just kept happening.
I've never seen that. That's crazy.
Yeah, eventually it worked, but it did take quite a while.
Poor Odahviing. He's just slamming him with this yoke on his head over and over again.
Yeah, it just kept like smashing down on his head.
And Farengar giving him a prostate exam while he's stuck there.
Yeah, he's not helpful. No.
If anyone deserves to do that, it's Farengar.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
You don't mind if I take a little sample, do you?
Oh, well, since we talked about, what was it, becoming ethereal like a couple shows ago, I now use it constantly after never using it the first 5 years of the game. I find it incredibly handy.
What are you doing with it? Are you just leaping off the side of tall mountains and saying, F it?
Yeah, because I'm not fast traveling, to get from Throat of the World to places, it's a lot faster to go off the side of the mountain than it is to go down the steps every time.
Yeah, it's really fun too, isn't it? Yeah, that's cool.
Does your ethereal last all the way to the bottom?
No, I got to do it a few times. I don't really take too many chances with it because I don't, who knows if I've forgotten to save and say have to go to Sovngarde again or something. So I try and be judicious with it.
Can you initiate it mid-air, like as you're falling, or do you have to initiate it before you jump?
Have not even thought.
I don't think the recharge is fast enough to do that. So,
yeah.
I just didn't know if it would allow you to activate it in mid-air. If your feet would have to be physically on the ground in order to shout it or not.
You can't shout while falling.
Okay. Thank you, Colin.
Can you take a potion while falling?
Oh, yeah, I would assume, right? Because you can go to that inventory screen at any point, right?
What's his name? Oh wait, that doesn't make you ethereal, does it? Actually, the potion you get from the guy in what is it? Not Bleak Falls Barrow. The one in Iverstead. What the hell's that place? The Barrow in Iverstead, or the
the Phantom, Phantom filter of the Phantom, or something like that.
Yeah, that make you ethereal?
I don't think so. No, it just sort of gives you a blue light that makes you look scary and makes your eyes bore through other people's souls. According to Will.
Wow. What is this? Tell me about that potion. That sounds awesome.
No, I'm just being silly.
Oh,
it's
come on.
The one you get. What is that place called? Why can't I remember?
Yeah, it's that one with the stone and the paths and the
Shroudhearth Barrow.
Thank you. Yeah,
it's where they think there's a ghost up there.
There's
up there. It's just a guy, and you end up killing him, and then there's the potions in there and all that. So
yeah, there's some good stuff in there. That's actually one of my favorite little side quests.
Yep. And then you go back there, and it opens up a little more because you get the claw from the bartender.
Yeah, it's a root. No, it's Sapphire Claw, I think, is the one you get.
Yeah, and whatever the place is in Iverstead, the bar in Iverstead.
Yeah.
Oh, and I just found a place where you can get stuck in the rocks on the way to Whiterun.
Oh, God, I hate that. I was just thinking about that the other day. Because I was remarking to myself, oh wow, I love how in Fallout 4 I don't get stuck in mountain crevices nearly as often as I did in Skyrim. This is so good. And then 2 seconds later I got stuck in a mountain crevice. And I was like, fuck. But seriously, that is the worst. And especially if there's an enemy who doesn't know that you're there, but they're still close enough that it'll prevent you from being able to fast travel out and back or whatever.
Oh,
you know
God,
what I mean?
I hadn't thought of that. That's
it's the worst.
Because on PC, I just issue a couple of console commands and it gets out. But yeah, on a console, you have to fast travel. That's right.
Yeah, you'd have to fast travel out, and if an enemy's not there, or if he's there but doesn't know you're there, he'll just be sitting on a bench. You know, you're just like, fuck, hello.
Yeah. Or if it's too far to walk, then you can just TCL as well. You know, can't you, Pat?
Yeah.
Yep. That's right.
I was listening to that the other week.
Hey,
in a pinch, that's if you do what it takes.
Of course, for the first year and a half I played Skyrim, I didn't even realize didn't even think of fast traveling out, so I'd sort of go back a save or something like that. What an idiot. Anyway, sorry, Colin.
No, sorry, I was just talking about Pat's New Vegas playthrough. Sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry at the risk of seeming ignorant. TCL?
It's the no clip command. It turned. I don't know what TCL stands for, but it turned off collisions.
It just stands for toggle clipping.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
And that allows you to get out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, walk through walls or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the on console we have to take a fucking plate and push it through a wall or something.
Yeah,
or
you can do that. Actually.
Pylon or whatever.
Yeah. There's a couple
pylons,
of weird.
Yeah, that's the Fallout version of the bucket.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Skyrim bucket. Yeah. But that only does it at certain glitchy spots. But the TCL will allow you to walk through everything, including walking behind the scenes and walking down underneath everything, and basically walking out of the game, as it were.
So, all right. So while we're on a brief Fallout diversion, there's an area in Fallout 3 that you can only get to through God mode or no clip or whatever. It's somewhere, I forget exactly where it is, but basically it's if you go there without God mode turned on, the radiation is so high it just insta kills you. But if you leave God mode on, you can walk around. It's just some area you get like 1,000 rads a second in Fallout 3. I've never been there personally, but I've seen videos of it. It's I forget what the point is, but it's just one of those kind of weird areas that you can only get there by console commands.
Have you guys gone to the one underneath of Whiterun in Skyrim, where you hop out of the gates from the barrel? Evidently, you can go to the front gates. There's two little alcoves with a barrel off to the left and right sides. You go to the one on the left. Evidently, the barrel is close enough where you can jump up onto the wall and hop out of the town of Whiterun, and that will but the whole countryside is open to you, but nothing is loaded. So it's just a blank countryside.
It's all LODs, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's interesting, and then there's this path you can take to get to this chest that's underneath the jail or something, but it's wrapped around the back.
That was an old glitch, but I thought that got patched in the last.
I'm assuming it's not available on SE anymore, right?
Well, no, but I thought that got patched in the final patch, the final Bethesda patch of Skyrim, the 1.9.3 or whatever it was.
Yeah,
I thought they patched that out.
Maybe I definitely did it on my PlayStation 3 at one point.
Oh my, okay.
So
maybe they didn't.
Where do I can jump over the wall?
It's weird. You have to look it up on YouTube, Michael, because it's like you have to do it at a specific brick or something. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things where, you can catch a toe here at that brick, and oh shit, you can actually jump off and catch the top of the wall and go.
Yeah, it's
a little particular. It took me a long time to do it, but it's possible. I don't even know.
There were a couple other holes in the world in the old, like in my 360, I discovered one in some cave way out, not Sanctum or something, way out near the border, near the southern border. There's a cave with an orc alchemist or a enchanter or something like that you have to defeat. But I discovered a little crack in the rock, and I fell through underneath the game. It was pretty cool. But
I just loaded a mod in Fallout 4 that caused that the other day. It caused the whole ground in a whole cell to like disappear, but just there, and you would be like swimming like 100 feet below, and you could look up and see the whole world. And everything is really creepy and cool. But like as soon as you hit the edge of the cell, it would pop you right back up to the ground, and you'd be running like normal, like nothing happened. It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
So I guess we should get into some character introductions. Well, gosh, we're already so deep in the show, I haven't even introduced any characters or anything yet, guys. So I will just quickly say I am an Aragonian named Curing Tinkerkeeps, a bard with a lute, a back. I like to do the old kabong attack with my lute and bash people in the head. Actually, no, you can't do that. I'm sorry. A restoration specialist. Also have some light armor and smithing skills. I have a couple of mods loaded. One that lets you have the backpack and loot and stuff like that, but you can hang an amulet on your backpack. And that's really fun. I like that. It gives you like a little extra boost. And I've also got a cape, and I think I've got some sort of no, the cape isn't enchanted with anything. I can't enchant it with anything yet. I
don't think you can enchant capes, right?
No. It was the robes, the graybeard robes I have. They it's basically like putting ballistic weave on them. They have armor on these robes. It's pretty sweet. So yeah, it's an Argonian. I'm supposed to be doing the Imperial side. I really haven't touched anything of the Civil War at all. I've been trying to avoid that, and that actually almost caused a little bit of trouble in one of our quests coming up here. I had to play around with that some. But yeah, that's Curing Tinkerkeeps. Argonian. It's been really fun because the restoration stuff, I just you know me, guys, I have all my huge band of followers. I just like to sit back and toss heal other out there, but now I'm starting to get a lot of enemies that are higher level that are resisting heal other, so I'm gonna have to find whatever the next level up of heal other is. I haven't looked into that yet. So yeah, let's just go ahead. Michael, would you like to tell us a little about your character, sir?
My character is Khajiit Maskir. I believe he was a Stormcloak. He was, or he is. He focused on light armor, smithing, and alteration. All those I think are at 100 at this point. Maybe alteration's just below 100, but everything's pretty close. He also killed Parthenax in the future. Actually, I think I killed Parthenax before I started these quests for this week, but I don't know. Can I do that? No. It was right after that, right? Wait.
It'll be the last one for this week is.
Oh, the Parthenax one.
Is okay. That? Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he's one of those. He's a terrible person. Stormcloak. He's a Khajiit. He's a dragon killer. He's mixed up. He's having issues. He's a cat. Yeah, what do you got? Other than that, he's been bouncing around. I think I'm gonna go on to Dawnguard next because I haven't gone through that yet. I don't think I've gone through the Thieves Guild either, or the Dark Brotherhood. So there's that. And I think I'm partially through the Mages College, but I've done a lot of other questing.
Cool.
And where else have I been? Let's see. I've done Legendary. Oh, I did Dragonborn already. I did that before doing the regular main quest, which is, I don't know why. I just did.
Have you been playing this the whole this particular character on Legendary, or did you increase that recently?
I increased it a while ago. Usually I'll increase it right around level 30 or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
You kind of hit that tipping point where...
Yeah, I'm around there too. I've been playing on Expert. I think I want to boost it up to Master.
Yeah, I jumped it up. It's been a while since I went Legendary with it. It's because he's level, I don't know, like 70 or 67. Sorry, about to go 68. But when you get once you get above that, like 50 or so, it's really negligible how much more powerful you get. I'm running around all my dragon scale gear and all that. So I think now that I'm done the main quest and all that, I'm gonna, spoiler alert, I'm ahead of the game. But I'll probably switch to heavy armor and stuff like that, start doing other types of categories.
Cool.
So the whole world levels up around with you. Is that right? In Skyrim?
Yeah, but don't they max out at a certain point?
Okay, I was going to say, do they just level up slower than you, or they just hit? They hit
they
a cap.
max at 80, like the old level cap.
I think,
isn't that where the world stops?
Yeah, 80 or 81, whatever it was.
Well, still, those enemies are supposed to be difficult if you're just in the 60s, though, right?
I guess they are, but if you have all the enchantments and everything else,
yeah, that's true. The enchantments do make it.
Yeah, I mean, I was just battling Alduin, and his fire didn't even hurt me because I had like 100% fire protection on.
That's great.
Poor Alduin.
Michael's buffing his nails.
What sucks, man?
That's hilarious.
I mean, yeah, the rocks hitting me in the head hurt.
yeah, no shit. Yeah.
Him biting me hurt, but the fire was good. The fire was fine. I stayed, at fire distance, so everything was, solid.
Yeah.
Just think about it from Alduin's point of view. He just got kicked forward in time, right? So he went back from 1,000 years ago all to today. So like to him, like it's been this like unrelenting rampage. So this is the first time he's like really been defeated, because the old lords didn't defeat him. They just tossed him forward in time.
And that's true. There was probably no, he probably sensed to know, he didn't live that 1,000 years. He just went the 1,000 years.
Yeah, that's the way I've always thought about it anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that, but yeah, so to him, he just went from one battle to another.
Yeah. It's tough being Alduin. Yeah. Gotta feel sorry for that worm.
Yeah, it's tough being a worm. Especially one that, it's sort of the world eater,
That's a tough job,
yeah.
Like that, you just you gotta feel for him.
That's the top worm, the head honcho worm.
Next thing you know, he'll be eating his own tail or something.
Oh, no.
Alduin Ouroboros.
Yeah, Ouroboros, yeah.
Awesome. So where were we with character introductions there? Michael, did you...
Yeah, I kind of went through a general synopsis.
Nice. Colin, would you like to tell us a little bit about your adventurer, please?
Sure. Hi.
Thank you.
My character's name is Legate Jonaria Archvalen. No, sorry. No, it's not. It's Legate Cliche Iridia. There we go.
Jonaria.
That was strange.
It's a flashback.
Sorry, I've just been playing so much ESO lately, so I just finished up in Rothgar. Legate Cliche Iridia, she's an Imperial. Her specializations were in pickpocket, enchanting, and two-handed. Her spouse was Lydia. Her follower was Farkas. There's no idea where he is now. Yeah, she's completed Dawn Guard, Companions, and the Civil War, and living mostly in Lakeview Manor.
Nice.
I like Lakeview.
Yeah, Lakeview. That's my main house now.
My main squeeze. What's at Lakeview outside? Do they have the fishery, right? Not the apiary.
No,
that's the one up north.
No, the marsh. Yeah, Winstead. Winstead is the fishery. The apiary, the bee place, is that it?
That's
Lake. You can get. Well, I thought you could get apiaries at all.
Oh, can you?
No?
What is the special edition at Lakeview now? I'm totally drawing a blank. Oh, it's a necromancer down the hill. That's your special edition. I forgot about that.
Yes. Yeah. You can't get an apiary at Lakeview because I'm looking at mine.
Yeah. Or the fucking giant.
He's there to get rid of all the dead bandits that you kill.
Sweep them away.
That's true. He's always there, isn't he?
That motherfucker. And giants. There's always giants roaming up my street. Right in front of Lakeview.
Oh, yeah, they love coming up that road. Yeah. I don't know why.
Just
watch out, they steal your cows.
They take your fucking cows. I was just about to say. And your wife. No, the bandits take your wife.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, not that way.
No. Not that cow. Oh, Colin.
Oh,
sorry. So, Colin, thank you. Pat, let's hear a little bit about your character, sir.
All right. So my character is Banya Diadanth. She is a Bosmer sneaky archer. So she focuses on sneak, archery, and destruction magic. So almost the stereotypical sneaky archer. She sided with the Imperials. She had the Bard's College. She was one of the many of us who drew Valindral Hall for her house, although now I've got her actually at level 81, so she has all the houses. And we actually are living at we also are living at Lakeview Manor. The kids seem to like it. She married Octiev San, the crusty old fart from Solitude. But he's cleaned up. He's running the store. He's keeping the family well fed, so he's a good provider. Yeah, so he's good for him. He's really cleaned up his act. Let's see. I kind of decided that she would. I was having fun doing the quest, and I kind of like the stage of once you get a character up to like really high levels, you got to have all the toys and all the fun and games and everything. So I pretty much done literally all the major quest lines with her, wow. and partially for achievement whoring, but also just because it's kind of fun to run through everything with the same character. Of course, that means RP is basically completely trash because she's doing like a bunch of contradictory shit. So from that regard, it's I sort of said, all right, I got up to about level 45 or so, and was said, you know what, I'm just gonna start running through some of these main quests and achievements and everything, and sort of threw RP to the winds. Although I had a good time RPing her up through level 40, 45 or so. So so that's her deal. She's right now looking for the Ebony Warrior. That's her current. It's not an achievement, but that's the thing she's trying to find right now.
What? How is that not an achievement? That seems like one of the big things in the game that should be achievement, if anything.
Yeah, you would think. I mean, there's some other stuff that's pretty stupid that's achievements, but that one's not for some reason.
You would think, yeah. That doesn't make any sense. Pat, I was curious. You had never played Skyrim before getting involved in the Roundtable. What's going on with your impressions of Skyrim? You've been pretty much a single obsessed Fallout type of guy up until this point. Are you welcoming gladly Skyrim into the fold now?
Well, so look, so I've done fantasy RPG type games for many years. So in that regard, it's it's a perfectly natural setting for me, and it's when I'm generically the setting and everything, I'm all over it. I really like it, and so from that regard, I've definitely had a good time, and have liked a lot. It's obviously really well done. Nice open world, lots of many options, lots of different ways you can go. So I'm having a good time. I think it has for me like sort of the old school of all the good stuff of fantasy role playing, but then like also all the like nice open world and all the other aspects of a Bethesda game. So in that regard, it was a fairly natural fit of kind of making the transition from the Fallout universe into the Elder Scrolls universe, and having a great time. I obviously think graphics quality, all that stuff is top notch. So it's easy to like. It's a game that's really easy to like.
Yeah. Totally fun. Awesome. Good deal. Thanks for joining us again, Pat. Victor, would you like to tell us a little bit about your character, please?
Sure. My character's name is Freya Hawthorne. She is a Bosmer. And very similar to Pat, her three skills were archery, sneak, but her mage skill was conjuration. So and so currently she's at level 81 conjuration, and her archery is 73 and her sneak is 69. She's a level 34. So I've been taking it slow with her. Her spouse is Sylgia, who was she's a little mini quest in Shore Stone. So and they're living currently quite happily at Breeze Home, but their target home is Proudspire Manor, so that's going to take them a little while to save up the cash for that.
25,000 gold, is that right?
Yeah, and
Wow.
and the school taxes are very expensive in Solitude. So while Sophie is still in elementary school, they're going to stay in Whiterun where it's a little cheaper.
And they're constantly repairing that bridge, and that's just super expensive. The
Yeah,
Jarl's constantly
but
collecting.
as soon as
they got buckets
Sophie
out,
moves on to high school, she's going to be wanting to go to the private school there over attached to the Bard's College. So they'll be moving to Solitude.
Nice.
Now, Freya's human follower is supposed to be Belival, and her other follower is Skillang, both of whom are Dawnguard followers. So that hasn't quite come about yet. We're going to work our way up to that. Her faction was the Companions, which she has pretty much completed. She is the Harbinger. And her Civil War side is the Empire, which kind of conflicts a little bit with her backstory, in which she considers the Empire to be well, let's just say she doesn't like them very much, and so we're gonna have to reconcile that before she joins any Civil War questing. And other than that, that's about where she's at right now. She's just enjoying her time with the Greybeards, and
nice.
enjoying, among many others, the Thunderchild mod, which adds a whole rainbow of new shouts to the game, and some really nice little side quests and things like that you can do.
Do you have a favorite of the new shouts?
No, I can't say that I do. Well, yes, actually. Well, I have one that I have probably used more. Let me just hop over that. I've probably used Curse more than any of the other new shouts that Thunderchild adds to the game.
I believe I've used that a few times. Is that the one that causes? It's like, I'm rubber, you're glue.
No.
Oh, damn.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't catch that reference, but what it does is.
The phrase is, I'm not aware, or I have no recollection. What's your thing? What's your bag, Andrew, usually say?
I'm sorry, what's that?
What do you usually say when you don't get a reference?
Oh,
I'm not aware.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think he says I'm not aware.
I'm not aware of that. Sure, that sounds like me.
So explain that one to me.
Oh, it's just I think
it bounces back.
Yeah, whatever they're casting at you bounces back and actually does that damage to them. That's not curse. Yeah, that is curse.
Your Thum briefly condemns your enemies to suffer the physical or mystical pains they inflict upon you, back upon them. Somebody didn't take grammar lessons, but anyway, that's how the description reads.
Nice.
And it's really good as long as you have enough health points to survive the first hit.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a big hit, so if you can survive the hit of, say, a Draugr Deathlord or something, the Draugr Deathlord will often just drop dead in front of you.
Oh, that's great.
It's a great shout.
Is it?
I've never taken it up above the second level, and I don't remember all the. Because with Thunderchild, you have to learn the words, and then the words can populate new shouts, but you have to pray at the altar of Kinnereth successfully in order to learn the new shouts and populate them. Add the words to. So it can take a while to get them all done. There's a ton of them. I mean, the latest one I just picked up is Alessia's Love, which it says, the wife of Shore, Alessia symbolizes the unbreakable bonds of love and mutual trust. I have no idea what the hell that shout will do. I haven't tried it yet.
Embrace.
Yeah. So, and there's one for archers called True Shot. I have 2 levels of that. Carried by your voice, your arrows strike true across great distances, and it works pretty well. But it's one of those things you have to remember to do the shout and do it at the right moment.
Yeah.
So what I've been doing lately is I'm just trying to level my speech up a lot so that I can get all of the good shout based perks that Ordinator adds, and then because a few of them, and then along with an Amulet of Talos and everything else, that should make shouting really, really quite effective.
And this is coming from Victor. Like, if I remember right, Victor used to forget that shouts even existed.
For a long time, I didn't use them at all. Yeah, except for Fus Roda. Because I had issues with the way Bethesda sort of implemented the whole system. I mean, that's fine if you're willing to game it. I just sort of thought it was semi-useless with the excessively long reload times or whatever you want to call them. I forget. But so it was just, and then of course with my brain, I would just simply forget to shout. So
yeah, I'm there with you there.
And that's, except when you had to, like for a whirlwind sprint in a couple of spots or whatever, or clear skies.
Can I check back in on Curse with you for a second here? It bounces back the damage on the person, but you have to be able to withstand that initial amount of damage. How often is it pretty frequent that you find enemies that will actually deal more damage than they can withstand? Does the question make sense? Like that they will die on one hit?
Analyzed it to that extent. I just sort of use it when it seems like it might work, and it very often doesn't. It doesn't necessarily make them always drop dead, but it'll certainly take them down quite a bit.
Nice, that's cool. I mean, I've definitely tried to use it a few times. I tried to use it on a dragon, and he what's it called? It's not deny
it's too powerful for it.
Yeah, he ignored it or whatever, and he was just like, "Oh, okay." Well,
resisted, right?
He resisted. Dragon resisted curse. Yeah. I'm like, "Oh, okay, great. That was fun."
Oops. Yeah. Dead.
Oops. Now I'm toast.
Yeah. But I don't. Yeah, I don't recall. Shouting that at an enemy that resisted. So I haven't tried it with a dragon or a really, really high level, enemy. So. But it's a handy shout.
Yeah.
I'm consciously trying to use more shouts this time, because, and there's a whole slew of them, and so
every once in a while, I have no idea what I've done, but I'll just see in the top corner, Kine is pleased with you. I'm like, oh, great.
That's probably because you shot one of the little animals or creatures or whatever that was highlighted in green. If you shoot enough of those, it actually, I think it adds up to a dragon soul.
Oh, great! There was a green goat following me the other day, and I had no idea what that was about.
Yeah,
I'm supposed to be killing those guys. Okay.
And if you please Kine enough, she will grant you effectively an extra dragon soul.
Well, shit, that's cool.
Yeah,
I should take advantage of that more. I was just kind of following them around and being like, "Oh, that's neat looking."
Oh, the mod actually adds all kinds of other stuff. Have you done any of the little trials or anything like that? Jumping off the side of the mountain?
No, I haven't. I've tried the one going up the mountain, but I can't figure out.
That's a toughie.
What I'm supposed to do
that
exactly?
Once on one other character.
I'm trying to use the what is the one that makes you jump fast forward? What is that?
Whirlwind Sprint.
I'm trying to use Whirlwind Sprint. As far as I know, that's the best one for that. Should I be using something else to get up the mountain?
I don't know as I've ever tried that. I just wait until my character has a huge crap ton of stamina and then just sprint without Whirlwind Sprint. I never thought to use Whirlwind Sprint. That's actually a good idea. But of course, going up that curvy path,
I slide right off the face of the mountain.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's another one of those trials.
That's true.
I'm sorry. Go ahead,
Colin.
Oh, me. Yeah, I was just going to add if is that the one where I've never had the mod myself, but I heard somebody talking about it before. I think it was Victor, where you have to run up High Hrothgar without ever running out of stamina.
Yeah, that's one of the trials.
So just go to Restoration and get the perk that restocks your stamina with healing spells, and as you're running, you're sprinting,
just cast the healing,
and then you just cast the healing spell, and then you'll just constantly restock your stamina, and then you just sprint all the way up.
See, I didn't know if it was a measure of when your stamina runs out. That's when the competition is over? Because
I'm not sure that'll work, Colin. I'm not sure if it allows you to use
Interesting.
Magical means or not. Let me check my quest here.
What a cheat.
If it has anything to say about that. There's the other one where you jump off the side of the you can fall for 4 seconds after leaping off with Whirlwind Sprint. You'll gain some kind of boon, I forget. All it says is carry Kind's fire to the doors of High Hrothgar. So if you're carrying her fire, I don't know whether you can actually cast spells at the time or not.
There's just a little totem at the bottom of the path leading up to High Hrothgar, and you like activate the totem, and then you have to run up before the totem runs out of light or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you have a limited amount of time to get it to the top.
Yeah.
And I would get about 3/4 of the way up and fail every time. I wasn't quite sure what I was supposed to be doing. Didn't know if there was a special piece of food or something I was supposed to eat. I didn't know. Oh, cool. So we can actually lead this right into our first quest of the evening, guys. Alduin's Bane. Colin, we'll have you help us start out, but again, everyone, please hop in and use your Roundtable assignments. Let's see how our different assignments actually determined how we went about dealing with getting through this time rift and the next few steps here of our adventure. So, Colin, if you'd like to start us off with Alduin's Bane, what sort of trouble are we getting into here?
Alduin's Bane, I believe, initiates when you pick up the Elder Scroll, I think, in the dungeon, and you have to bring it back to Parthenax. And once you return to Parthenax, he's on a crag that's sticking out the side of the mountain. He's not standing on his word wall, and he can feel the power emanating from the Elder Scroll. He's saying, like, you have the Elder Scroll. You're doom driven, sort of like, read it now. Alduin cannot ignore the signs. He's going to come here after he senses you reading the scroll. So he says, read it as soon as you can. So you get to the time wound, and then you go into your inventory and activate the Dragon Scroll, and you read it, and that activates a vision of the past, where you go and you see the ancient Nord warriors who are fighting Alduin. They were the leaders, along with Parthenax, of the resistance, the tongues, who were going against Alduin.
Yeah.
And they have everybody, like, they've got a whole army that's probably out there fighting the dragons, but they're the ones who are standing on the top of at the throat of the world, probably where most of the dragons are. So they can sort of like defy Alduin and tell him to come to them. The ancient Nord heroes are Gormlaith, Feldir, and Hakon, and they're talking about sort of like nobody's ever been able to stand up against Alduin in open battle, and the other ones are saying, "Oh well, don't have Dragonrend, so once we bring him down, Gormlaith says he'll fall to my blade," and sort of stuff like that. So eventually, I had a little bug where they said, "Oh, look, Alduin approaches," and then Alduin fucked off home and never showed up. I had to reload just a little bit down the mountain where I saved just before I got to the peak. And then it was fine. It went through. Alduin showed up, and then he starts talking to them in the dragon language, and he starts attacking, and then all three of the Nord heroes shout at him, and as they're shouting, you learn the words. Now, I've never noticed it before, but I'm thinking that what it is that they don't have, or they weren't able to learn a shout, like a thum. I think they all each learned one word of Dragonrend. and when they all three of them said their words, one said each word each, then you learn each one. I don't know whether they're all shouting Dragon Rend at the same time, or one of them is saying one word of Dragon Rend, and the other one saying the other one, and the other one is saying the other one. And that's how you learn the Dragon Shout. But it looked like there was power coming from the left, power coming from the right, and power coming out from the middle. So
brilliant.
So I have a question about Dragon Rend.
Yes.
The old fart graybeards talk about, oh, what a terrible, terrible shout it is, and this is such an awful, horrible thing. You know, a name like Dragon Rend is like, okay, is it like going to like tear the dragons, apart from the inside? All it does is make them land. What's so terrible about Dragon Rend? It makes them land. You know, what's the deal? Why are the graybeards so like hyped up that Dragon Rend is a terrible thing?
Well, the way they're thinking about it is that it was born from evil, but it's not actually just causing them to land. It's tearing at the soul of the dragon, telling it that it's mortal. That's what the shout really is supposed to be doing. It instills the dragon with fear of mortality.
Oh, poor thing. Okay.
They're supposed to have an immortal soul, so maybe not an immortal body, but having an immortal soul, and then you, with that shout, instill with them the idea that they could die, that they're actually mortal, and they could end and cease to be forever. So it discombobulates them, so they end up landing because they can't concentrate.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense. Although it's just still kind of comical that like
yes,
a little existential crisis here. You know, that's really all it does.
Oh no, I have to land. Colin, you seem to notice. I remember you made a comment when we were running around the north, maybe even the very first episode of when we first all got special edition, and you were like, someone who dropped their pixie dust or something like that. You know what I mean? How everything was sparkly with the snow. Is the time rift any different? I thought it looked really spruced up. Has it always looked like that?
No, I didn't notice any difference.
Okay. I just thought it looked super sparkly and everything, too. I was just like, oh, Colin's going to notice something here. See, I was just wondering if... but no, it always looked super swirly, sparkly.
It could have been the time that you were looking, because I went up there in the midday, and it had a, that really sort of like azure blue sky with white fluffy clouds in it, and sort of like it looked really, really nice. Maybe if you went up there at night, you'd have like the moonlight coming out, and then you'd have the sparkly snow coming through the time wound, which has its own light source as well. So.
Well, then that just speaks even more to how great the game looks. Anyway, I was just saying, wow, that looks really, really awesome. It was really good. And then I went and tore time. Right at I was like, this is a beautiful little seed. Let me shred it. Like let me tear it limb from limb. Open up a time wound here. Sure, that sounds like a good plan. Oh goodness. So really, we can't apply much of a roundtable aspect to the Alduin's Bane quest as kind of an observe. How about the timeline? That is not happening right now concurrently in the past, but does that question make sense for all of you people who like time travel? Like, Alduin Michael made a comment, is Alduin he doesn't know the difference in the time warp, he's just jumping from battle to battle. Where was Alduin jumping into our time? We first see him at the Watchtower?
Oh, Helgen, right?
And Helgen, so that is, they are, the heroes in the past are doing that only a couple of weeks ago in our timeline or whatever, right?
No, it's like hundreds of years ago.
Well, I know in their timeline, or in our timeline, it's 100 years ago, but to Alduin, it's only been a couple weeks since he's been in our time.
When is it any time? I think it's as long as it takes him. The way I envision is were they fighting on Throne of the World? Is that where they were fighting?
The battle, yes.
They sent him for.
Yeah, so they were fighting on the Throne of the World. They drag him in Alduin. They can't kill him. They use the Elder Scroll and kick him forward in time. So in my mind, he just like showed up 1,000 or whatever, however many years in the future on the Throne of the World. He's all of a sudden he's like not fighting those same stinky Nords anymore. But then he realizes like he smells a Dragonborn, and so he comes after you and Helgen.
Okay.
That's the way I thought about it. It's like
he's been here those 1,000 years. He didn't just appear. See, I thought he was just
time travel. At least most of the time it's sort of instant, right? There's no time passes or anything else. It's like he's 1,000 years ago, and then all of a sudden he's today. And the way I've always thought about it, it's like he smells a Dragonborn. It's like, oh, that's where those fuckers went off to. I'm going to go kill him. And that's why he comes to Helgen, because he's looking for the people that Dragonrinded him.
Okay.
Yeah, and you see the sky change before he appears. I assume that's the thing, whatever that he came through.
So that is the instant he is being transferred. He's going directly towards Helgen.
That's what I would assume.
Yeah, that's the way I thought. That's the way I thought about it. That basically he goes. I mean, who knows? Does he fly from Throne of the World to Helgen, or does he get like? That's not very far as the dragon flies. But whatever. It's basically instant for him. Yeah.
That's the way the dragon.
That was awesome.
It is right down the hill. Yeah, because if it's whatever, 1,000 years or whatever, he just pops there. I mean, you can see the skies changed like it does when almost like the portal in Skuldhofen and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So it kind of looks the same as that.
So it's instantaneous for him, but thousands of years have passed for us.
For everybody else.
And then how long has it been? I mean, it depends on how quickly you play, of course, but on average or in normal lore time, how long does it take to get from the Helgen chopping block to where we are in the storyline? Usually, a few weeks, months?
Yeah, I would think so, yeah.
Well, as far as his going forward in time and all that stuff, I mean, the sky change thing is his shout. He's shouting. He shouts, and that's what brings all the stones and the brimstone down from the sky. Because, I mean, remember, he doesn't appear in the midst of that sky thing. He comes around the side of the mountain. So he's been there. And furthermore, I mean, Alduin is one of the most ancient, creatures in the universe, so to speak. So time really means nothing to him anyway. I don't think he really.
He doesn't notice. Yeah.
Well, notice or not,
it doesn't matter to
really
him.
Mean a whole lot to Alduin.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure that he's going, whoa, where did I go? It's like, oh, holy crap. It's 1,000 years in the future. I don't think that really means anything.
I agree, Victor. To me, it's like he's fighting a bunch of stinky Nords on Throne of the World. All of a sudden, they're not there. But my view is like he like perceives that, okay, over there in Helgen, there's a Dragonborn. So that fucker is associated with those guys I was just fighting. I'm going to go eat that fucker who's sitting there in Helgen. And then he flies from Throne of the World in today. He flies there to Helgen, and does his shout with the rocks and the meteors and all the other shit, and tries to eat the Dragonborn.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's from the shout, not from him coming through. I didn't even think that's true.
Yeah.
But okay, this can't be possible. We're not the ones who opened the time rift upon ourselves, are we?
No. It's okay. The 1,000 years ago, Nords had no idea where he was going to land or when. They had no idea when he was going to land. They were just like, oh shit, we got to get him out of our timeline. We can't kill him. So they basically just kicked the can down to 40 generations hence.
But
it's going to be their problem.
But they're kicking him out.
Yeah, I don't think they're sending him in through time. They're just trying to banish him with the Elder Scroll. I don't think they actually know that they're going to cause him to go through time.
It's time travel. Okay, so banishment.
What was the name of that Elder Scroll? Was it
Dragon?
It's just called Dragon, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So to them, banishment through the Elder Scroll was not. They were not intending him to go time traveling. They just thought he was being sent to oblivion or something.
Well, I agree with Colin. They don't know, right? They don't understand that Elder Scroll. They're not moth priests.
Yeah, they're not moth priests.
They're stinky Nords, right? So they just like, oh yeah, let's read this thing and see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, but see, at the time we opened our Elder Scroll to go back, we witnessed them open their Elder Scroll, right?
it's the same Elder Scroll. That's why it can connect.
Yeah.
So those events happening simultaneously in time, and we are actually releasing
remember Elder Scrolls,
back
they span
ourselves?
space and time. So you open your Elder Scroll, and it's basically giving you like a visual portal. It's like a DVR. It's like a DVR of what happened 1,000 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, Septimus talks about that.
Yeah, it's like they have a Dixie cup and you have a Dixie cup. And the time wound is the string.
Colin, I'm not aware.
You never did a Dixie cup telephone?
Yes, Pat. I've done Dixie cups. Sorry.
Well, you said you weren't aware, and we have to take that seriously coming from you.
I was making a call, man. Sorry. No, but I'm still going to rock this theory. It's very wrong, but I'm still going to rock this theory that we caused the time rift.
No. I don't buy that at all.
I'm going to stick to it.
Sometimes with time travel you get paradoxical, but this is not paradoxical because all you're doing
is why I hate
seeing
all
the past.
time
You are not
travel.
influencing the past at all.
This is
you're
why
just seeing it.
This is why I hate all time travel.
This is simple though.
I know.
You are Alduin.
I am Alduin.
The Dixie cup analogy is an excellent one because that's exactly what the Kell is. The Elder Scroll. It's a conduit. Right? I love that the dragons call them Kells. I think that's a great name for them.
Yeah. Is there more to the quest?
Yeah.
What are we going through here? We've gone back and we saw them all shout either 3 different words simultaneously or all 3 words. Colin couldn't tell.
Yeah, I didn't know, but it just looked very cool. Plus, it was blue as well. The shirts were blue.
Yeah.
Our shirts don't have color, so it was kind of cool. And then you learn the Dragonrend chant, and then you come out of the vision from the past. You put down the Dixie cup, and Alduin is floating there, hovering, looking at you, sort of like, and he's pretty pissed. He knows what you've done, and he's gone. He's like, I've fed on the souls of your ancestors, scumbag. You're not as bad as me. I'm big. You're small. Blah blah blah. I'm the guy. I'm the tax collector.
He's insecure.
So like, all your shit. And then shit goes down. He just starts attacking. Pathnex says, "Use Dragonrend, bring him down." And then it's just a pitch battle. It's just you, Alduin, Pathnex, Lydia going to town, and it's just all out.
And war. Lydia. Of course Lydia's
awesome.
going to down. Does Alduin cast a sideways glance towards Pathnex and be like, "Hey, fuck you, bro. What the
Yeah, really. Yeah. What fuck?
Well, in the vision, where he realizes when he gets hit by Dragonrend by the Nord heroes, he does say, "Pathnex, my teeth to his throat," or "Is my teeth to his throat." So he knows Pathnex has betrayed him, and he knows Pathnex that is the one that taught them how to shout. From the, I think Kine was the one who asked Pathnex to teach men how to shout. And
well, of course, he thinks Pathnex taught them that shout, which of course he didn't. They made that one up themselves, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
And how did they create that again?
From hate and evil.
They're stinky Nords. That's how.
Yeah.
lots and lots of mead.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know what'd be so cool?
Yeah, that's right.
And do we know where they got their
You're
hands?
fucking awesome, man.
Did they tell us where they got their hands on the Elder Scroll? Do we know their sort of their story of the Elder Scroll?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if we do or not.
I don't think it gets into that. I mean,
Interesting.
But
There's some fan fiction opportunity right there.
When the Dragonborn becomes Alduin.
In 2050.
And goes back in time.
And
with the elders.
Pardon me, a little flash forward. These are the same 3 that help you in Skuldalfin, or however it's pronounced, correct? Okay, cool.
Spoilers.
Well, not
sorry
Skuldalfin,
about that.
in Sovngarde.
Sovngarde, that's Sovngarde. That's what I meant. What was Skuldalfin? That's the place you used to transport
the temple.
to.
Yeah,
that's how you get to.
And wait, there is Okay, let me think about this for a second. Is his name Nakreen or something? There's, I think, the last Dragon Priest mask, perchance?
Yeah, Nakreen or Nakreem, something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's always the last Dragon Priest mask I always get because it's buried so deep in the damned storyline. Okay. So we have to learn the dragon shout. We did that. Now we have to wait. We still have to defeat Alduin, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What Colin? What did your build lead to any interesting battle? What are you using on dragons? Is Alduin a special case dragon?
Yeah, I did notice in this one that he concentrated more on my character than Lydia, than my follower. Which, like, she in our fights, she is the tank. She's the one who goes up face front and sort of like takes one where I can either stand behind her and heal her up and keep her alive, and she can do all the damage. But Alduin was turning away when I got anywhere near, was turning away. So I threw Durnavir at him as well. So instead of once I got him down enough health so he wasn't getting flying away again, I didn't need Dragon Rend anymore. So then I summoned Durnavir and Pathnex, Lydia. He was fucked, basically.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, so what does Durnavir remind us? He Soul Cairn? No.
Dragon from the Soul Cairn. Okay. And he also summons 3 undead warriors. Wrathman, which is just an awesome name. A Bone Man and a Mist Man.
Ricky Wrathman.
Yeah.
Great. That's awesome.
He carries a Warhammer, the Wrathman. And if you're high enough level, metal. He carries a Dragonbone Warhammer.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
That's cool. I would never have thought of course, I don't think I've ever done Dawnguard before this part of the main quest. So
yeah, I don't think I have either.
And Durnavir...
If anybody's thinking that their playthroughs getting a little bit stale, my recommendation is doing like Dawnguard like really early, or Dragonborn. If you can get to was it Soul's Time, do that from like level 8 and then come over to Skyrim. It'd be slightly OP from the powers that you get over there, but it's also a lot of fun. You're coming from a different world, where you've played on Soul's Time for so long, and then you get to Soul's Time. And then you get to Skyrim. It's awesome.
You really do. I mean, some of those battles in Dragonborn at that low level. I mean, that seems difficult.
And Colin, I was incorrect on the Facebook group not too long ago. We were having a conversation about when each of the DLCs kind of kicked off. I automatically assumed that the Dragon Cultist for some reason would come after you after level 10, but that is not true. You evidently that it is kicked off by an event somewhere in the main quest, right?
Yeah, once you get acknowledged as the Dragonborn, they show up.
When the Greybeards do that shout thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it may vary slightly, but I found them like as soon as I came back to Whiterun from High Hrothgar, they jumped me.
Oh.
Yeah, or even Iverstead. They'll grab you in Iverstead when you come down.
When you come the mountain, yeah.
Yep.
And let's see, Dawnguard, is that just a level kickoff, or do the guards start mentioning it at level 10 or something, or is that also an event?
What's his name shows up in town, right, and talks to you.
Yeah,
it can be either a guard, a publican, or was it the orc in the armor?
Durak or something like that? Or whatever.
Durak.
Yeah. I heard it from a guard first.
Mm-hmm. I usually hear just hear a guard mention something. Oh, vampire hunters. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then actually I got Serana just because I happened to stumble into wherever it is that she is. I found her way early, and I talked about it many shows ago. She was running around with me a long time before I started Dawnguard.
I like she has really creepy ass eyes anyway, but I could just love to hear her her sideways glance at those guards if they're making those comments you're walking into them. And if you're I assume she will. She'll follow you if you're a werewolf. right? She doesn't have any problem with that. And if they start making comments about you being a werewolf, like they make, if you walk into the gates, I remember the one time I was a werewolf, you walk into the gates, they like make stinky dog comments and stuff, I think, right?
Yeah, it smells like a wet dog.
Wet dog, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they'll do that just if you did I don't think you actually have to be a werewolf.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, I think I read that because I was reading up on the wiki. I think that's what the wiki said. You just have to have done the quest.
Nice.
Not necessarily be a werewolf.
You just have to be associated with those companions.
Yeah.
That's great. So let's get back to our dragon battles, guys. Let's run down each of us's adventures. How did our dragon battle go? Michael, did you use anything fun? Did Alduin did he go down easy?
A lot of in the first battle up on the mountain, he lands in that one spot. So prepared ahead of time and put down a few runes. They didn't do too much. I'm playing on legendary, so the damage to Alduin, even with 5 runes down there, wasn't really all that significant. So, but yeah, like Colin said, I felt like he came after me more than he went after anybody else who was up there. I have what's his name, Talvis, with me still in his Daedric armor, and I kind of tried to run off a bit to heal, and he was crawling right after me. So I just kept using Dragon Rend and I think some ice spears or something like that. I think I mostly used ice against Alduin because he mostly uses fire, I believe. So
yeah.
I don't know if he's limited to fire, but and that's what he used mostly anyway.
That seems to be his standard fire breath. Yeah. Plus, he's got the shout that brings all the brimstone out of the sky.
Yeah, that gave me a lot more trouble than he did.
Yeah.
That
can do some damage.
What is that called? We now have that shout, Victor.
We have clear skies to take care of it.
Oh, you can get rid of it with clear skies. That's right. But we through, I believe it's through Apocalypse. We have basically the same thing. What is that shout called that will start bringing brimstone down? I think we've used that, right? Through that mod?
Armageddon, is that what it is?
through Armageddon. Yeah. That's right. You're a good call. You can bring meteors down. That's really fun. I like that. And Earthquake, is that the other one? I don't know. I like that one too.
Thunderchild shout, I think. I haven't
Thunderchild, okay, yeah. I like both those. All right, sorry to interrupt. Let's get back to dragon battles. That's cool.
No, I went to shout clear skies to clear the brimstone. Forgot that I had whirlwind sprint activated and shouted my way off the mountain. And then I had to restart.
Oh no!
I can imagine Parthenax at the top of the word wall, just slow clapping,
but shaking his head, thinking that fucking.
This is a dragon board.
This is what we got.
That's what we get for getting a Bosmer as a dragon. So Freya hit around the corner and just shouted Dragon Rend as well, because she's using I think it's one of the Apocalypse. Or is it? I don't know. Anyway, it's one of the conjuration spells where you call a Hearn, who is a sort of an ancient warrior who's sort of decked out a little bit like a Forsworn, but the Hearn shoots Daedric arrows and calls 3 spirit wolves to his aid. He's pretty cool, and with a couple of the I think he's classified as a Dremora or whatever, so the conjuration perks, one of the Ordinator conjuration perks gives you longer lasting conjurations for that sort of thing. So he lasts a good 5 or 6 minutes now. And so I had him and Lydia and my bound bow, and it didn't really take that long to take Alduin down, as long as I kept him down on the at the time wound there, pretty much just where he landed, and just kept shouting Dragon Rend at him and stayed down.
It's nice that the time loop of Dragon Rend allows you to shout it basically as it's running out again.
Yes, it reloads quickly enough. Yes,
yeah,
that's true.
Otherwise, if it only let it shout, and then you had a 30-second wait period as he flies around again, I would get really annoyed at that. I'm glad they let you just kind of keep him down constantly.
Yeah.
Pat, did you tell us about your dragon?
No, so this was like, I had a lot of trouble the first time, just because I didn't actually realize that you can't hurt Alduin when he's in the air. You have to dragon rend him.
Yeah.
So and I wasn't realizing. So what I did is I did the thing. I was having a lot of trouble with it, so I said, screw it. I'm just going to come back to it later. So I actually just buggered off and loaded an earlier save. Went around and did some other stuff, and then read some of the basics, like you gotta use Dragon Rand because you can't hurt him when he's in the air. Clear skies, because I'd forgotten about that. Clear skies clears the brimstone. So once I had those two things, and then I went back with, I think I'd gone there not realizing the fight would start instantly. I'd gone there by myself, and so I went back with a companion. And so when I went back with a companion and then understanding the mechanics, I didn't have any trouble. I mean, I play on adept. I'm not playing on a very hard level. So, when I went back understanding the mechanics of the fight and then with a companion to help me wail on him when he was landed, I didn't have any trouble with it. But again, just playing on a depth level.
Nice. No, that's great. My battle was fairly typical, cast the Dragon Rend, keep him down to the ground, and I have for some reason, Verulus is still throwing punches, even though he has arranged. Lightning or whatever. He's got a nice spell that he could cast. He just doesn't do it. The Priest of Archay, who would rather punch his way through a battle.
That's just the thing. You just ruined your reputation all across Skyrim now. It's like, oh yeah, sure, you're the Dragonborn, but this is the Priest of Archay that punched Alduin to death.
That's right.
I get all the credit, the badass credit, but the people should really be scared of my dog on a leash, Verulus here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll take everybody down. But, my general party is really good. I'm really sad that in the future from this event, I have to get rid of Barbas. But he's a very big help in this because, he's pretty invincible. Healing everyone from back. Alduin himself, of course, resisted heal others. So I would... what would I do? I probably threw on some sort of whatever the highest level destruction spell I had at that point. Electricity higher than sparks. I'm not even sure which one. It wasn't chain lightning yet, but
Thunderbolt, or is that higher than chain lightning?
That's probably higher than chain lightning. It's still my destruction's still not even that high. But at this point, I'm starting to hit lots of enemies who are resisting a lot of my attacks and heal other and stuff like that. So. The warring party always helps out really well. I love the animations of everything up there, including the time rift, the swirling. It looks just like swirling, sparkly snow to me, and the brimstone falling from the sky and everything. I like all the animations, the flashback animations, the sort of you getting ripped through time. The flashback sequence, if that makes sense, as you open the Elder Scroll itself. I really like a lot of the animation sequences and the events that happen up there. And you get a large section of lore too. You know what I mean? I'm usually not the most hardcore guy and making sure all the lore checks here and there and all that stuff. But it is a good section of good Skyrim lore that you get atop the mountain there. So it's a great event to me. Did anybody else have any other dragon battle stuff that they wanted to mention here? Was there anything else on the quest besides defeat Alduin? Does that close the quest? I would assume.
Pretty much, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, when you realize that sort of
you don't kill him. You know what I mean? Defeat.
Cheated.
Yeah. What happens there, actually? He goes down, but he flies off again or something, right? I don't even remember. I remember the first time I played the game, I thought that, well, shit, the game's over already here? But then what happens? He gets up and flies off again or something, right?
Yeah, he cannot be killed on that plane. On that plane, he cannot be killed.
Mm-hmm.
He's invincible in our world.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what they were saying. The three warriors is that's why they had to send him through the time, or not through the time rift, but through the Elder Scroll,
they were just getting their ass.
They're just getting rid of him.
I mean, they didn't even get him down. They didn't realize knock him down to the level that we beat him down to. They were just halfway through. Gormlaith was dead. She got chewed up and thrown against the word wall.
Yep.
And Hakon was basically the only one in the fight anymore. But then he got taken down to a knee. So the only one that was left was Feldir, and Hakon was just like, "No, we can't handle this. You call out the Elder Scroll. Use it now."
Yeah, and he's the one who told Feldir not to use it earlier.
Yeah.
So yeah,
they got to desperation and
desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And we open the Elder Scroll to see the old story, but we don't open it to send Alduin away at this point. We still want to go toe to toe.
Yes.
So again, we will continue our story and go toe to toe with Alduin in future episodes. Speaking of future episodes, next time we get together on the Skyrim Roundtable, everybody, we'll be going through the quests The Fallen. We will also be taking a look at Season Unending. And Michael's favorite quest, Parthenax.
Bum, 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 bum.
I think Michael needs a therapy session after this upcoming Parthenax quest. But gentlemen, did we have anything else you would like to get into this week before we head in for the close?
No, good.
Nothing here.
I do have one tiny thing.
Yes, sir.
You know how sometimes in Bethesda games, when somebody dies in a quest, and then like 6 hours later they're back alive again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they haven't learned a lesson. That happened to me in ESO the other week.
What happened?
Yeah, a guy died, and it was this big thing that he died, and then 6 quests later he was alive.
Oh, that's great.
But everybody was still talking about how he was dead.
No.
It's like, guys, no, really, I'm still alive. Is there a common NPC in Skyrim that happens with?
Yes, Skjor from the Companions. He always comes back.
He always comes back.
I've never seen Skjor come back.
It happened to me with what's the female blacksmith Ariane?
Oh, Adrienne.
Adrienne, yeah. Yeah, I got the inheritance letter and even got 100 gold inheritance from her.
Oh, nice.
And then a few days later, she was back walking around like nothing had ever happened.
It's a life insurance scam. I see what you have going on over there.
I like when you get the inheritance after you've killed the person.
Yeah, that's always fun. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing fishy there.
Yeah.
I'll bet if you look in her eyes, Pat, you'll see that they're soulless and dead.
That's right. That's right. I gotta go check her out, man. Put her on the test.
Yeah.
See if she can walk out in broad daylight.
Oh, she's undead now. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. If we didn't have any other, Michael, did you have any network business you needed to get into?
No, we have for Skyrim people, we have, of course, Let's Play Skyrim. Finishing up the companions right now with Victor doing that. We've done main quest, bards, and College of Winterhold quest lines. We've done all 3 of those so far. So, and I think what did we figure out what we were doing possibly next?
Dark Brotherhood.
Brotherhood and
nice. That's a good one.
Oh, you were going to do Thieves.
Dragonborn.
Thieves, and then probably Dark Brotherhood or something like that.
I could have sworn I saw someone say Dragonborn, but I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, I was going to do that, but I played through Dragonborn.
Oh, you said you're going to have to start another character to do that. Yeah.
No, you know what? I remembered that I played on when I do. It's been a while, but I play Vanilla SE on the PC.
Nice.
When I record, but I haven't actually opened that in quite a long time, so I should probably do that.
No, it's always fun to revisit.
I don't think I've played through Dragonborn on that character, so maybe Dragonborn. I don't know. We'll see. There's no set plans. We'll see. But check it out if you like that.
And yeah, cool. Any other ASA plugs or business or anything?
Roundtable's going to Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we got going on?
Oh, Pat, would you just really quickly like to say anything about whatever we have on Fallout Feed? If anyone likes to listen to Fallout Feed, we've got a few fun things going on.
Yes, we got a couple of right now with this week/weekend. We started a little Dead is Dead challenge where the hosts are doing a little survival Dead is Dead challenge over on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv.asa podcasting /ASA podcasting, and we're trying to post the videos on YouTube as well for people that want to watch later. We're just having a little fun with that, seeing which of the hosts can get furthest in a vanilla survival, furthest meaning as defined by just level in vanilla survival. And then we're going to try to pick that up. We're trying to pick a little fight with some of our other podcasting friends at KD Radio or Westfault Radio, just to see if we can have a little fun with that. And we're trying to get a few contests going. And we got a few different things. So check out the episode 69. Nice. Of the Fallout feed that just recently posted for a few tidbits, and stay tuned for some more details on several things over the coming weeks. Yeah, we were trying to have a little fun over on the Fallout feed.
I just thought it was so fun that the Chatterbox and the Fallout feed had episode 69 in the same week.
4.5 years it took you.
But our shows are 69ing together, Michael.
Yeah. There was a lot of there was a lot of Hitler reference on the Chatterbox this week.
9.
Oh, geez.
In reference to YouTube comments is what it was about.
Oh, God.
How he always appears in our chats, in our YouTube comment chats or whatever it's called.
So lighthearted.
That's Godwin's Law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some different version of that always.
Which doesn't apply when there's actual fascism happening, but that's a different topic for a different podcast.
Yeah, we won't go there.
Yeah, YouTube comments, whole different thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a string where he was appearing there pretty regularly, but it's been a while.
I never even witnessed any of it. I feel like I missed out.
He catches it pretty quick and just blocks the person.
Yeah, so Pat right now on the Fallout feed, he's like so on it. It's like, I gotta have YouTube ready. I'm gonna snatch his ass up in the back. He's always
it's constant vigilance, because the worst thing that's happened is that Michelle has dropped by and said hello. So it's all right. We're prepared.
Yeah.
That way if I'm watching the chat, Michelle stops by, I can notice, or Ray stops by. We have a few of our regulars who swing by every now and then. It has so far been Hitler free.
Oh God,
good.
That's the best sort of show you can have, is a Hitler free.
That's
show.
The best live chat you can have.
So I know on next episode we'll revisit the Fallen season 9 ending and Parthenax, those quests. But we will wrap up the Skyrim Roundtable with Session 6 on Saturday, March 25th. At 5 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time with the World Eaters, Irie, Sovngarde, and Dragon Slayer. So hope everyone doing audio feedback and such will take that into note and get us some of your good stories. Keep them coming in, everybody. I've been enjoying the feedback episodes that you guys have been doing. So thanks a lot for that. That's all I've got. Anybody, if you don't have anything else, I'd like to say thanks for listening to the Skyrim Roundtable, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye. See ya.
Later, guys.
Yeah, I'll put in the outro and afterwards.
Who's rapping? Overkeen. Dragons? I'm not overkeen. I'll dice them like a knife, slicing right through an
Thank you for downloading this episode of a Skyrim Addict podcast roundtable. If you are interested in doing a play-along character with us, the show can be contacted by emailing
skyrimroundtable@gmail.com. For the Skyrim Random Stats Character Generator, the Roundtable schedule, our Amazon link, and all other show information, please head on over to asapodcasting.com, where you will find the Fallout feed, My Journey with CF, a Skyrim Addict podcast, the Chatterbox, ASA Game Talk, our YouTube channel, as well as other content. Your 5-star review on iTunes is greatly appreciated. Once again, thank you for downloading, and no lollygagging.
Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis. Suspend.
Join the hosts of the Fallout feed as we face off in the Commonwealth. We will be streaming Fallout 4 Survival Mode, Dead is Dead rules. Join us on Twitch at ASA Podcasting. Watch and see who will be the sole survivor.
And the way I've always thought about it is like he smells a dragonborn. He's like, oh, that's where those fuckers went off to. I'm going to go kill him. Does he fly from Throat of the World to Helgen, or does he get like, that's not very far as the dragon flies.